So I want you to give me an X factor, and it can be a person, it can be a phase of the game, or, just some aspect of the game for each of our 4 remaining teams. And let's start at the top in terms of classification that is left. And that would be the China Spring Cougars. So who or what will be the most important factor for China Spring as they play a top 5 game this week with Anna? And DJ, I'll start with you. You did see China last week.
Yeah. Well, I think they just have such a drive, I guess, to prove that they're still like the team that, I guess, not the team they were last year, but that they can still win despite losing what they lost last year. And, under a new head coach, even though he's been there before, so he knows the program, he knows what they have to do. I think it was pretty big for them to get Cash McCollum and to have people like Tristan Exline, Kyle Barton, and Trey Hafford on their offense, because it's just, they have options. Yeah. And I don't think we talk enough about their defense either. Like I can't name specific people because it's very much a group effort. But they were just shutting down Lake Worth every chance they got. Like every time they step on the field, they were holding it down. So no, they've got success in a lot of places, but I think just having the confidence that they've had this season has helped them a lot, especially with those kids in their offense and the way that their defense is played as well.
So it sounds like you're saying motivation maybe is their X factor.
Yeah,
I will say about the defense. So DJ's writing about Crawford's defense this week, but really all 4 of our remaining teams have great defenses. You don't get to this point of the season without that. And Terry Crawford and Abbott, even in the 6-man game, has really praised his defense this year. I mean, because teams just, they don't put those big numbers up on them. So, yeah, China Spring's done a great job in that area. Chad, what would you say?
Yeah, I think as DJ went down the line and covered a lot of that stuff, it's the impression I get at China Spring is it's hard to identify what their weak link might be. And so, so you kind of have to go with an intangible, I think, with X Factor. So, their motivation as a positive X Factor, absolutely. I think maybe the X Factor in this game for both teams is momentum, and that's, a fairly generic term, especially as we get this far along. But when you look at it, China Spring has come out and just whomped every team from the start in their playoff games, creating a huge amount of momentum early. Now, if they can't do that against Anna, Anna's kind of the Cinderella story in that region. And so the momentum is going to build on their side just by staying in the game, I feel like. So I think momentum is the X factor. If China Spring can come out and punch Anna in the mouth,
yeah,
sounds kind of fun.
That doesn't sound good, does it? We don't want to punch Anna.
Yeah, but so I'm going to call that X factor the Mike Tyson factor, and I'm going to use it again later.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
I was referencing Mike Tyson in terms of him being the author of the phrase "everybody has a plan until you punch him in the mouth."
I am going to name a person, and DJ did mention his name, but to me, Trey Hafford is a guy who's just a football player. Played a lot on defense last year in addition to offense. I don't know how much he's doing that this year. You guys would have a better clue of that, but he certainly is. I think as I've looked at the stats, his defensive stats haven't really been that big, but offensively as a receiver, he just feels like a matchup problem, that not a lot of teams can stay with that guy. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he makes plays, and he's done that really all year.